there, starlings. Welcome to my sector of the universe. This is Jess from Capella Wellness, here to help you step into your truth and star into your power. For those of you who've never been here before, welcome. Thank you so very much for being here for the first time. For those of you returning, thanks so much for coming back to watch another one of my readings. All right, so this is the Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine, full supermoon in Aries reading. We're going to look into what is being activated with this full moon in Aries for the masculine, what's being activated for the feminine, what the masculine needs to release to feel a lot more strong, okay? To be stronger, what the feminine needs to release to be stronger, to become stronger. We're going to get guidance, whatever else Holy Spirit has for us. And we're going to get messages from the masculine and messages from the feminine in response to the masculine. But first off, they want me to read from the Heather Rowan Robbins book, the Moon Astrologer book, to give you guys some insight into what the moon in Aries tends to do. Now, this is just moon being in Aries, not necessarily new moon, full moon, but whenever the moon is in Aries, there's tendencies for things to flare up, things to happen. So I'm going to read from this book because I've been guided to do so. So keep in mind that this is a full supermoon in Aries. It is the last supermoon of the year. It's occurring at 5:57 a.m. Eastern Standard Time at 6 degrees of Aries. So check to see where Aries is in your chart. See what planets are there, what's aspecting it. It'll give you a hint as to what needs to fall away, what needs to be released, or what you could be experiencing at this time in that area of the house that it's in. Also, remember, the sun is in Libra, okay? Libra is in the south node. Aries is in the north node. So we've got the moon opposite the sun here, and because of the nodes here, the axis is now Aries Libra. There's a big significance to this. Libra is more balance, integrity, peace, and Aries is more, and Libra is also like, bringing justice to things, being fair. Aries energy is impulsive, it's brash, it's like go-getter energy, but it can also be very selfish, me energy, very impulsive, very impatient, okay? Libras tend to be a little bit more patient, maybe too patient sometimes, but the Aries energy is also pertaining to war. Libra's peace. So you see where this is going, okay? So I'm going to be reading from the book here, the Moon Astrologer book by Heather Rowan Robbins, to give you guys what to watch out for, information, what to watch out for, what this moon in Aries is going to be doing, okay? So it says here, energized, brash, brusque, direct, independent, rebellious, and generous, but not empathetic. Feelings spike like lightning and dissipate quickly. We may feel astoundingly lazy when we're not motivated, but can throw ourselves into any action that excites us. Spontaneity renews our life force. The attitude on the street can be pugnacious and willful when met with resistance, but enthusiastic and direct otherwise. People tend to dress with less fuss and more practicality. They tend to be able to move easily in what they're wearing and do what needs to be done. Our inner adolescent activates, so instead of giving direct orders, which just sets off a rebellious streak, it's better to speak in I terms, state the problem, and ask for help to solve it. This is like, I'm going to do everything on my own, I, me, like I talked about, right? If you have to deal with a particularly pugnacious personality during Aries moon, consider using reverse psychology. Either start doing whatever it is badly in front of the person and bet him he can't do it, or tell him it's not allowed. If you are the one with a suddenly pugnacious personality, find a way to move out of reaction and into action. Ask yourself what you truly want and need at this moment. It's easier to work in short, intense bursts rather than long periods of deep concentration. If you're teaching children or pitching a business proposal, break up focused mental activity with pointed dialogue, concrete examples, or physical moves. So when it comes to the moon in Aries with regards to romance, it says this. Aries brings us back to center in our lives, but this can drift occasionally into self-centeredness. We're not naturally empathic under the moon in Aries, but we can be loving, if not terribly patient, once we understand the need. So don't take it personally if your beloved seems inconsiderate and self-directed. Give him room and he will come back grateful. When you come together, consider letting him talk first, but then feel free to speak. Don't wait to be asked. Express affection enthusiastically, spontaneously, and passionately. So for contemplation and meditation with this moon in Aries, it may not bring out our wisest or most mature self, but it does turn up the volume of our inner voice and helps us clarify our wants and needs. Once we know, we can negotiate our needs and balance those with the needs of others. It can be hard to sit still in meditation during the Aries moon unless we take it on as a challenge or feel deeply engaged in the question. It may help to meditate in an unusual place, set a short but urgent meditation time, or take a meditative approach to martial arts. Things to do during this moon: launch projects or initiate any action that takes enthusiasm and gumption, express independent thought, move into new territory. There's a big energy about some of you may literally be moving to a new area. Cut to the chase, clear the air, demolish, move furniture, exert spurts of energy. There's the furniture thing with moving and stuff. Set healthier boundaries, enjoy bursts of laughter, make succinct proposals, invite heroism, be clear, crisp, and to the point. What to watch out for during this moon: loss of impulse control. Take a note of sudden impulses, but unless the consequences are clear, wait for the dust to settle before taking action. Temper spikes. Notice when a situation starts to reach boiling point and get out of there. Take a break and come back later. Accidents created by speed or flammable conditions, sharp knives, explosives, pools of fuel, and contentious situations all need extra attention and safety. I'm hearing like fireworks going off, or things just setting on fire, big things that are explosive, right? Like it says here. Flaming tortillas. Enjoy quick cooking, but watch out for a tendency for food to burn. The perception of self-centeredness. If a person feels stuck between his own needs and another's, he'll tend to take care of his own first. So don't set it up as an either-or situation. Impatience. Avoid situations where you have to wait in line or deal with annoying people. All right? So and because it's a supermoon, guys, supermoons exacerbate the energies. That's when the moon is the closest to the earth. We are made up mostly of water. Moons have effect. The moon has effect on tides, guys, so it is going to affect us a lot. And for some people who may have strong Aries energy or who have strong, tempers or whatever that is, or people like this, be wary of this. And sometimes with this impatient stuff, really do something to keep your cool. It may not be a very flagrant, fiery, full supermoon in Aries for some of you, but if you start to feel like, you just want to really rush things, the impulsiveness is going to be at an all-time high for a lot of us. Make sure you're not making impulsive moves, decisions, talking out of turn. If somebody is like blabbing around a lot, allow them to speak. It's like I'm hearing them out. Okay, so make sure that up until, during this full supermoon here, you do what is necessary to just get to a calm place, a place of centeredness as often as possible. All right, and if people are just annoying and they're getting very belligerent, maybe this is going to be a great time to be silent and take the high road. You're going to have to use discernment with this, guys. For some of you, it could be a very heavy moon. So just try to keep your cool as best as possible. All right. Especially if you're dealing with a masculine here or a feminine. All right. Let the dust settle. If things are getting crazy, things are getting heated, the pressure is building, come from a divine place and just let it go. Let it take its course. Okay? There's no need to fight fire with fire. You'll make things worse by doing that. So let's see for the masculine collective what is being activated with this full supermoon, 6 degrees of Aries. Holy Spirit, Archangels, Galactic Families, Pleiadians, Sirians, please and thank you. Thank you for your wisdom, your guidance, your support, and your clarity. Now, what I'm also hearing is Aries is ruled by Mars, right? As I mentioned, Libra is ruled by Venus. Mars and Venus are divine masculine, divine feminine. So this could be a different message for some of you, or even the masculine collective may feel a lot more gung-ho, a lot more taking the lead, like having this energy, life force, vitality, this go-getterness, this strong passion to get things done, to take action, to make a move. All right. So it could very well fuel their fire in a positive way, especially if they're taking action towards the feminine or just doing things that they know that is right for them, right? the truth, integrity, doing the righteous and just thing. So it could be that too. So let's see. What is being activated for the masculine collective with this full supermoon in Aries, Holy Spirit? One more. Please and thank you. Thank you for your wisdom, your guidance, your support, and your clarity. Holy shit. What did I say about integrity? This total Libra energy. Sun's in Libra. Okay? The energy of integrity supports her choice to be consistently truthful and honest while being guided by high moral standards. I don't really need to say anything else, guys. But number 25 breaks down to a 7. It's like the divine is really supporting the masculine collective with being in their integrity, which is why I said it right before the card came out. They're really realizing, I got to be honest and truthful here. So for some of them, this full supermoon in Aries is going to be really pushing them and getting the energy and say, hey, man, I can do this. I need to do the righteous and just thing. This is like warrior energy. If you know about knights and, people who go out to war, okay, that they're fighting for truth, they're fighting for a purpose. It's like they're wanting peace and balance in some way, shape, or form. And this is kind of like what these masculines are doing at this time, because they know if they're not their true authentic selves, they're not in alignment with God, all these things will continue to happen. And this is also a sense of, I'm already releasing this sense of negative selfishness. The me, it's all about me. I don't need to do anything for anybody else. Like, I don't have to do the righteous and just thing. I don't need to be consistently truthful and honest because I don't need to do it type of thing. It's a thing, right? But this is something that we all learn. It's not just the masculine collective, guys. It's our inner masculine too. So keep that in mind, because we all have masculine and feminine energies within us. So what it's activating right here, this is gorgeous because of the astrology here with Sun in Libra and the South Node in Libra. It's like, you know what? I can't cower away from this, because the opposite of Aries is, being a coward, not being in your face. Because sometimes, remember I said in the other reading, the masculine reading, if you didn't watch my divine masculine reading for the month of October, I highly recommend that you watch that. Sometimes you got to be a dick, right? But this is meaning when you are being a dick or something, you're in your integrity. You're being your truthful self, and you will stand up to somebody and say, hey, I'm not tolerating this. I'm going to be honest here. I'm going to be forthcoming. I'm going to be forthright. This is what is on my mind. This is how I genuinely feel. Okay? This is really nice, being guided by high moral standards. They're starting to realize that when they stand in integrity, other people will do the same to them. Because we are not in our integrity, people are not going to treat us with respect. They're not going to be completely truthful to us, and they're going to be beating around the bush and all these other things, right? Your authenticity is the basis of your personal power. Personal power is Aries energy. That's the Emperor card. You standing in this gets you in alignment with your true self, with your higher self. Okay, so this is super, super cool here. Let's go put it with the masculine orgonite over there. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. Look, this is what came out with the new moon in Virgo, the second chakra. The energy of the sacral chakra helps us to navigate our lives through our emotions and supports our ability to enjoy the sensual world. This is about the emotional state here. All the emotions are stored up in the sacral chakra. It's where the chakra of the feminine energy, creativity, nurturing yourself, like nurturing your emotions, taking care of yourself, right? Again, navigating our lives through our emotions and supporting our ability to enjoy the sensual world. It's like, you know what? This is how I feel. I don't feel right not being honest. I don't feel right not being truthful. It makes you feel out of sorts, does it not? Have you ever kind of like sat there and somebody asked you something and you said a little white lie, or you completely blatantly lied in their face? We've all done it. Do not tell me any of you watching this hasn't done this, okay? And you're like, oh God, that didn't feel right. You feel low. You feel heavy. You feel icky. It's like, I shouldn't have said that, but I didn't know what to do. Because usually what happens with that, when we're not in our integrity, we're afraid of how other people are going to respond to that. We're afraid of, because it stems from fear. We're afraid to see if other people are going to be respecting us for what we believe in, like who we really are and what our truth really is. And that's why a lot of people tend to cower away from that integral part of themselves, of being honest and truthful, because when we deviate from the norm, or we're really standing up for ourselves, what we believe in, and other people look at us like, oh, you're wrong, or you're crazy, or you shouldn't be doing that, that makes us feel less of ourselves, right? It makes us feel, you know what, I must be doing something wrong. I must be an idiot type of energy. But this is why it's so hard for a lot of us to be our true authentic selves. And even when I do my work, guys, if you've been watching me over the course of many years of me doing this, I've gotten a lot more comfortable in my own skin with being who I am. If I could curse if I want to curse. If I'm calling bullshit on people, I can trigger people, but that's because I'm being a true light worker to try to bring out that truth, that honesty in them, bring out their integrity, bring out their authentic self, right? Getting away from the emotional body where we're afraid to do that, because we're afraid of our emotions feeling hurt. We're afraid of being, you know, not taken seriously or something along those lines. But again, not everybody's going to be for us. Not everybody's going to understand our truth or understand who we really are. And those people who don't, you just let them do their own thing. You respect them. You respect their truth, their ideas, whatever. But, you know, you don't let them bring you down. But with this masculine energy, it's taking action on this and being bold and brave and being in that authenticity. This is really huge here, because for so long, the masculine collective has been like, you know what? I don't really want to tap into my feminine energy. I don't want to tap into my creativity, my sensual side of myself. I don't want to really focus on my emotions. I don't want to be emotional. I don't want to be vulnerable. But when we talked about this the last time, that takes you out of alignment completely, because when you shut down your feminine energy, you become more distorted masculine, super dark Aries energy, dark Mars energy, where it's just, oh, I just want to be at war all the time. I want to be fighting all the time. I'm going to be selfish all the time. I don't care about anybody else but myself, and blah, 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 blah. And that is not healthy. And when that happens, anger skyrockets, resentment, hatred, bitterness, you know, just going around and stepping on people's heads type of thing. It's kind of like when Archangel Michael steps on the demon's head here, but he's only doing that just to step on people's heads. He's not doing it to fight for what's right type of thing. So this is having this balance, and Libra is all about balance with this healthy selfishness and unhealthy selfishness, right? Because there is a thing of healthy selfishness. Also, understanding when to be up in somebody's face and when to speak with this high energy, this power, this impulsiveness in a sense, but coming from the light, but also doing this to not hurt other people's feelings and not hurt their own, and to not, you know, feel defeated when they're in their integrity. Okay. It's very hard to do this. Trust me. I've been working on this for years. And when you start to realize that people don't appreciate your honesty and your truthfulness, that's not on you, it's on them. And if you have a hard time with people being in your face or being very blatantly honest, and it triggers you, I talked about this in Divine Masculine reading, it's because there's something within you that you got to work on. Because usually when that happens, people are realizing that they're afraid of being that honest and that blatant and that truthful, because they're afraid of what other people are going to say, do, think. It's the people-pleasing energy that is the shadow side of Libra, okay? And Librans tend to fall into illness a lot, especially during this time of year. The sun is fall in Libra. It's not in a comfortable place, all right? And then what happens? You lose your integrity. It's like my son talks about. This is funny because with my son, I say, Julian, you know, do you have everything? Did you leave anything? He goes, oh, I left behind my dignity type of thing, right? It's always a joke with him. That ties into integrity, right? You stand up for what's right. You stand up for your convictions. You stay honorable and truthful to those things, and that's when you're in your integrity, okay? No matter what other people are saying, and you will attract the people who see you for who you are, who value you for being in that truth, and you will attract people who are at the same level. It may only be 5 people in your corner, but if they are in their integrity as well, that's all you need. All right? Because we all know a lot of the collective, they're not being their true authentic selves. And this is one of my things that I'm here to help other people to do, to be unapologetically authentic. All right? Not saying sorry for being who they are. That is a distorted energy. When you're like, oh, I cursed. Oh, I said this. Oh my God. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't, get the reading out on time, or I missed the mark, or I made a mistake, whatever. And I've been hearing it all the time on readings or videos. Oh, I'm sorry. This took too long. Why are you being sorry when you're the messenger and those messages had to come out? Right? We need to stop being sorry for being who we are. And we need to stop giving that power away when people try to take our authenticity from us. When we just throw caution to the wind, or we're just throwing this at them. Okay, well, that's who I really am, or that's what I really think, or that's what I really believe. That's wrong, or you're fucked up, or blah, 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 blah. And then you cower away. It's like, okay, all right, I feel small right now. We're not here to be made to be small guys. We're here to be like Goliath in a sense, not in that way that you think that I'm saying, but, to be these powerful warriors, these leaders, all right? The most honest people have the greatest leadership skills, okay? And they're unapologetic for it. And people be like, oh my God, why did that person say that? Oh my goodness, that's like, it's hurtful, but is it the truth? There's a difference between you just blatantly saying something out of line just because you're hurt, just because you're not thinking straight. It's like knee-jerk reactions, as opposed to you telling someone to somebody's face and calling them out on something when you know they need to work on that, when you know that is not who they are. This is big dick energy. Okay, so let's see what this full moon in supermoon in Aries is activating for the feminine collective. Holy Spirit, Archangels, Galactic Families, Pleiadians, Sirians, please and thank you. Thank you for your wisdom, your guidance, your support, and your clarity. Okay. It's almost every time with the feminine. When I start doing that type of shuffling, it does something weird. It's like I have to shift the energy with the way I'm shuffling. Holy Spirit, Archangels, Galactic Families, Pleiadians, Sirians, please reveal to us for highest good. What is activating for the feminine collective here? And remember, those who are watching this, it's not just your masculine with what's activating, it's your inner masculine. Your choice to be consistently truthful and honest while being guided by high moral standards. Friendship. Number 22. This is a master builder number. The energy of friendship supports our intrinsic desire for connection with others based on mutual affection and appreciation. What was I talking about? Integrity. Like, if people, they value you for who you are, they support you for being raw and honest and things like that, go-getter energy and just being in people's faces, but not in a derogatory way. All right. This is like Libra energy, like balance, friendship, connection. You may have something, maybe you have Libra in the 11th house. I don't know where that came from. That's for somebody. Or you have a planet at the 22nd degree in Libra or in Aries. I don't know. That just came out of freaking nowhere. Or the 25th degree. Go check your chart. That's for somebody here. Based on mutual affection and appreciation. Anybody who does not align with your morals and your values, your high moral standards, then you shouldn't be friends with them. That is the cold, hard truth. Okay? Especially when you're doing ascension work, when you're elevating and you're moving to different levels and your friends and family are not moving along with you. That's okay. It's very difficult to do that. That's why a lot of people can't be honest and be their true authentic selves, because they want to stay in those circles. They want to keep those friends. They want to stay in those groups and stuff like that. But when they're really starting to deviate away from that, when they really start to be who they are, and everyone's like, what the hell are you doing? Like, who do you think you are, type of thing, you start to lose friends. You start to lose, you know, these long-standing relationships where you've built, they've been around for years, and then those friendships fall away. Okay, so there's something here that's being activated. Is it's a lot of the feminine collective is starting to realize who's a friend and who's not. Okay, you're calling bullshit on people who are not authentic, who are not honest, and it's like, no, I caught you. So then when you start to realize this and you're pointing out, hey, you know what, that's not you. I feel very strongly about you're being dishonest about this. You don't need to do that. But again, that stems from fear. Remember that. This is not, listen, people aren't necessarily programmed from birth to be fearful of telling the truth, right? We are taught this over time, where it's not good to stand out. It's not the right thing to do, where we're being a rebel. But this is like being a rebel of God, warrior of light type of thing, of really being out there and doing things differently. Because why? That means you're not being controlled by the masses. You're not being controlled by society, by governments, by all of these things, right? And the world has, for centuries, has led us to believe we gotta be like robots. We gotta be marching, following the marching orders, you know, like Aries energy in a sense. Nope, we got to do what everybody's doing instead of being, you know, singling ourselves out. Aries is very strong, singling myself out. No, man, like I'm the leader. I'm taking the lead of my life here. I'm not doing what everybody else is doing. That's bravery. It's boldness. It's big dick energy. It's being like, no, man, I'm not conforming to that, right? The shadow side of Libra is like, I'm conforming to it. No, everybody else is doing it. I don't want to lose my friends. I don't want to, you know, I want to keep them there. But no, you do know how I have no friends, guys. I don't. Even when I move back home, like the people I used to be friends with, I can't be friends with them anymore because I'm a completely different person. I have very different standards and truths here. I'm aligned with my higher self and I still continue to elevate. I can't gel with them anymore, and that's nothing against them. It's not like I don't love them any less. It's not like I think they're beneath me. That's not what it is. I can't have those friendships with them anymore because we're not aligned anymore. Okay? I'm vibrating at a higher frequency, so I am attracting people who are going to be at that level. And anyone else who's still kind of like not, who's deviating away from that, God's like, okay, Jess, you're going to have to break up that friendship, or you're going to not have to engage in their energies as much as you used to. Talk to them as much as you used to, right? A desire for connection with others based on mutual affection and appreciation. Again, appreciation, value. Yeah, I know you're up in my face. I know you're telling me the truth and stuff like that. You keep calling bullshit on me, but I love you for that. You are raw. You are honest because you genuinely care about my well-being. You genuinely care about my path. You genuinely care about my life. This is why people get bent out of shape when they're being told the cold hard truth. But here's the thing. I said this in the Divine Masculine reading. This is where you know it feels right to you, where there's a trigger, there's a karmic pattern, there's a habit that you keep doing that you know you shouldn't be doing, and people keep calling you out on it. They're trying to get you to align yourself with this. Activate the integrity within you. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to do the same stupid shit, right? But when somebody calls you out on that, that's not you, Jess. That's not you, so-and-so. It's not you, feminine. It's not you, masculine. That means that they unconditionally love you and they care about the well-being, your well-being. They care about your life. They care about the path that you are heading towards, or what you were on, or that you got to deviate off the path that you're on because you're still stuck in your still stuck in your south node and not heading towards your north node. Heading towards your north node is releasing this fear about being who you really are. North node is your life's purpose. It's who you really are. And you will be different from your family members. You will be different from your friends, even with your masculine, your divine counterpart. You will go your separate ways, like in that journey card, until you are both in your high moral standards. You're in your true honesty and integrity. And then you are ready to come back together. Mutual affection, mutual appreciation for each other. You see eye to eye. You understand what is of value. You have the same morals. You have the same truth. You have the same values. That means there's balance, equality. And you merge together like that yin and that yang, and then it activates that power, that personal power. It activates more of that light. Okay. This is also understanding that, some of you are starting to realize with this full moon and Aries energy, really being honest with yourself and taking action on letting go of those friendships that just don't gel with you anymore. You still love them, you still care for them, but the energy is not the same between the two of you. You don't see eye to eye. You don't vibrate at the same frequency, and that is okay. Full moons are about releasing, as we all know. So this is a big thing for the feminines, releasing those friendships where that is not there. Okay? And when you call bullshit on people, and they throw whatever in your face, they get belligerent, they blow up in your face because of it. That's because they know what they need to fix, they know what they need to heal, and they don't want to deal with it. And let alone, probably don't want to hear it from you. People do get jealous of other people who are in their true authenticity, where they are unapologetically bold and honest. And people are like, how can they say that? How can they do that? It's because they're being who they are. So why are we going to chastise people for who they really are? God made every single one of us completely different from the other for a reason. We are not here to be friends with everybody. We're not here to conform to society and be like, oh, I got to do what everybody else is doing. You want to follow their path? The path to integrity, the integral path, the path of authenticity does not take you to your north node. I mean, it does take you to a north node. When you're being inauthentic, you stay in your south node. That's what I'm trying to say. Intuition. Number 27 at the bottom of the deck. The energy of intuition supports our ability to conceive the subtle language of the realms beyond the three-dimensional reality. See what I mean? There's a strong intuition. There's a strong energy here, feminines, about you. What's activating here is your intuition knows who you're not aligned with anymore. There's also an energy about being friends with your masculine first before actually becoming like a thing. Having true commitment, especially when it's stemming from romance. Okay. If you are still in the friend zone by your person, you're still friends with your counterpart here. This full supermoon in Aries could actually really be testing your integrity. I'm getting now an energy, you may get communication around this moon because of what I said before. Masculines, truth, honesty, right? Integrity, that ties into air energy. Communication. What does it say there? Consistently truthful and honest, right? But that's also speaking. So some of you may get communication because they'll be all ready to go. I gotta be honest. I need to tell the truth. I can't take it any longer. Right? It's killing me. I gotta say something to the feminine. I gotta say something to my friends, whatever, right? And not being all up in my emotions and not being afraid of getting hurt or being left out. It's like FOMO, fear of missing out. Really? I don't know, guys. That's just my opinion. I just don't understand that mentality. It's like, you know what? What are you missing out on? Really? You got to live your life, not somebody else's. So there's something here about your person may communicate with you during this full supermoon. And again, if it doesn't happen, do not get bent out of shape, because it's not for everybody. It's collective reading. And you're still friends, because remember, a true divine counterpart, it's not your boyfriend, it's not your counterpart. You were not married to them before. You may have dated on and off, but you were not in a committed relationship. All right? True divine counterparts have never been in a committed relationship, period, before coming into permanent union. So it looks like you're going to come together again as friendship, as friends. And truths could very well be spoken with this moon. This is what's being activated. And this could be testing the friendship to see, remember, it's easier to be authentic with friends than it is with lovers. We all know this. It's easier to be ourselves in front of friends, best friends, than with a romantic partner. This is where we need to be ourselves no matter what, even with lovers, even with romantic partners, even with our masculines, even with our feminines. And if you're having a hard time being honest, being yourself with friends, you're in the wrong friendship circles. Because apparently those friends are like, they're very different from you, and you know it, and you have to like jet out of there. And your intuition keeps telling you this. Now with the masculine here, coming forward with honesty and integrity, right? They may approach you first as a friend, because they're still your friend initially, right? Talking to you like a friend, maybe saying, you know what? I want this friendship, but I also want this commitment. I want both. I want to be lovers and I want to be best friends. That's the best relationship right there. So they may be coming to talk to you, as a friend, and maybe saying friend things, but they're being honest, because it's like your friends are supposed to be completely honest with you. If they're not calling bullshit on you. They're not trying to make you get to be better, to stand up for yourself and to stop being a doormat and to be your true authentic self. They're not really your friends. They don't really care about you, because it's like, oh, I want to keep them at this lower level. I want to keep them like me. I don't want them to stand out. I don't want, that type of thing. There's a sense of jealousy there. But there's something here about this masculine coming in, because you still are technically friends, and, saying something, I'm telling you this as a friend, because I feel like I need to come across this way first. This could be a huge test for the feminine. And say, wait, he's coming to say as a friend, or they're going to ask you, I want to meet up. It's a friendly thing. But they might be setting you up, not in a bad way, because this is being sent by God here. And they want to see how you react. But your intuition is like, that you're more than friends in the 5D realm. So if this person's being completely honest with you and saying, you know what, I'm coming across you as a friend here. I'm being honest about something here. I want you to understand something, right? And your intuition's going to know. You have to trust your intuition. If you feel light, sparkly, and just, bubbly, when you feel this truth, when they speak this to you, that is truth. The vibes don't lie, guys. If they're saying things and you feel confused and it feels heavy and it feels dark, it feels icky, that's not truth. All right? So really trust your intuition with this moon here. And again, trust your intuition with letting go of those friendships that you don't have the same moral standards and high values. All right? You don't see eye to eye. I see this as a 2 of Cups card right here. All right? Or the 3 of Cups, even. So This could also be where your masculine may be telling you, you know what? Oh, I only want to talk to you as a friend, or hang out with you as a friend, or I only, you're a great friend to me, type of thing. I'm your friend first and foremost. But your intuition is kind of thinking, you know what? Yeah, I see that, but I know that we are more. But here's the thing: if the masculine does that, he wants to establish a friendship with you first. We all are taught that when it comes to romantic relationships, the friendship piece goes out the window. It's best when you're best friends with your lover. Because if you're not high-fiving each other at football games, you don't have the same interests, you don't have the same likes, and you're not doing things as like friends, and like they're going to be there for you no matter what, and you can't be completely honest with them, then you don't have a strong foundation with the friendship before you can build it off. You can build a romantic relationship off of that. Authenticity is one of the biggest foundations there. Okay, so whatever this is, your intuition is being heightened right now. Trust in what you're getting and stop looking at things in the 3D world. Especially when your masculine says, oh, I'm here for you. I'm your friend first and foremost. I only want to meet up as friends. It's the friend zone thing. It's the friend zone thing. Because you know why they do that? A, they're afraid of commitment. Like Hierophant, Two of Cups, Lover's energy. They're afraid of losing the friendship when they are fully committed. Because we've all been in relationships where the friendship thing wasn't there, and then we jumped into a romantic relationship, and it really wasn't the best relationship, right? So when they tell you, I just want to be friends, I see you as a friend, they're being honest. But deep down inside, they know they see you more than that. And you feel that too. But it's because, a few things again, they want to establish the friendship part first. That's important to them. A lot of the feminines just want to go straight to boyfriend, girlfriend, straight to the commitment. I've been through this. That was always a huge mistake that I made. I didn't establish a friendship. And sometimes when I established friendships with these guys that I dated and I saw the red flags, I didn't dismiss the red flags. I didn't learn my lessons even through the friendship phase either. We didn't have mutual connection, mutual interests, mutual likes and things like that. And I saw that. I'm like, no, they're cool as a friend, but I can't see him as a romantic partner. And then when they wanted to move things to the next level at that time, it didn't work out well for me. I wasn't being completely honest. No, I don't really want to date you. Like, a friend's cool, or maybe I don't want to be your friend anymore. And then it went to a romantic relationship, and it did not work well for me. Because I wasn't fully healed, because I wasn't being my true authentic self. And when you're not your true authentic self, you're not going to get the true love. True love, guys, it has the word true in it. True is part of the word truth. When you're not in your truth, you won't be aligned with true love. And true love involves friendship first. So the masculine saying, oh, I want to be friends, whatever, friend zoning thing. Take it for what it is. Because again, there's also an underlying thing. They don't want to ruin the friendship. They want to establish the friendship first and see how that goes. But again, they don't want to lose that. And it's like, okay, if I move it to the next level, then what we established as a friendship goes away. But that's one thing that they need to realize, that it won't go away when they're dealing with a divine counterpart. Okay? That's a lot to swallow, no pun intended, but that is a lot to take in. You may need to rewatch this reading because that was a lot of information. So let's go look into what the masculine needs to release to be strong with this full supermoon in Aries. Holy Spirit, Archangels, Galactic Families, Pleiadian Sirians, please and thank you. Thank you for your wisdom, your guidance, your support, and your clarity. What does the masculine collective need to release with this full supermoon in Aries to be stronger? Please and thank you, Holy Spirit, Archangels. Thank you for your wisdom, your guidance, your support, and your clarity. I'm hearing they need to release stubbornness and self-centeredness. That's kind of like the shadow side of Aries, right? There's a little bit of Taurus in there too, is what I was just told. Somebody may have strong Aries or Taurus in their chart. Well, we've got Scorpio here. You might be dealing with Scorpio, might not, or the Scorpio North Node rising or something along those lines, but do not pay attention to the signs. We have Death and the King of Swords. Wow, this is pretty big, okay? Thank you to my guides. This is the King of Swords. The king who's mastered integrity, honesty, truthfulness, righteousness, and justness, doing the right thing by others, being fair. Okay? This is strong Libra energy for me, even though it's Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius, along with the Scorpio, they may have this strongly in their chart. Integrity. Speaking his truth with honesty and integrity, following his path of truth, doing what is right, bringing balance to things. You can't make it up. So what they're releasing, this is a huge release, a massive purge of the past, of who they are. It's death of the ego. This is fucking amazing because the shadow side of that Aries energy is a strong ego. Very unhealthy, egotistical, like prideful and conceited and like, no, I'm the best. Like this, and this. We all know this. Okay? But we're not going to be getting up in the masculine's face because of this, because this is part of the journey. It's part of the process. It's what needs to fall away. This is freaking, I'm just so up in my shit right now. It's not even funny. I don't even know what the hell I said, but this is fucking exciting because this is confirming what I've been channeling. And the question that I asked, what does the masculine collective need to release to be stronger? It's releasing the past. It's death of the ego. It's releasing all the shit that happened to them in the past that kept them from being their true authentic selves and like being a doormat. And you know, this is also like an addiction to power. Okay, being ruthless, being like the rebel, but more the rebel of, no, I'm just gonna trample on everybody. I don't need to be honest because I don't have to. I don't need to do the righteous and just thing. This is all about me, whatever. That is dying. They're putting a nail in the coffin. Okay, they are, holy cow, man. I absolutely love this energy. There is a huge healing with the throat chakra for the masculine collective. They're gonna be forthright and forthcoming. I mean, you can't make it up. They've made the decision to speak their truth, to have an open, honest conversation with you. They have been going to a very brilliant advisor, a teacher. It might even be you, feminines. You might be this King of Swords, especially if you're Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You're teaching them to be their true, authentic selves, to speak truth and to not be afraid to do it. A true friend, a true companion is going to be blatantly honest with you. They don't fuck around. They don't beat around the bush. This is matter of fact. I'm going to tell you like it is because I freaking care. This is what a lot of them feminines don't fully grasp in these connections. I know, I've been there. It's like, oh shit, man. But when my masculine was telling me to my face what I needed to stop doing, I felt light. I felt at peace. And I literally said to him, you know what? I'm not going to say his name. You are right. You are right. I've been hiding my true self the entire time. And he literally said, be you, be who you are. You can't hide anymore, Jess. Like, that's not healthy. That's not what you're supposed to be doing. It doesn't matter what other people think of you, okay? He told me what I needed to hear, not what I wanted to hear. That is what a King of Swords does, because I didn't know it then, but later on I realized that meant he genuinely cared about me, about my well-being. That is unconditional love, and he had to tell me that as a friend. Because if I didn't learn that as a friend, this is gaining wisdom and knowledge through the truth when people tell it to our face like it is. If he wouldn't have told me that as a friend, I would not be where I'm at today, because I would have gotten caught up in the freaking romance of it. Oh, well, whatever. I don't see it for what it is. That's why, guys, we don't end up in these committed relationships with our counterparts, because we won't get to the King of Swords, and neither will your person. There's a huge transformation that is taking place with this full supermoon in Aries saying, you know what? I can't do this anymore. I can't keep going back and forth anymore. Again, if you watch the Divine Masculine reading, that Two of Pentacles energy is going away. It's ending. I can't keep holding in the truth. I have to be completely and utterly and unapologetically honest. If you can't handle the truth, you are not ready for full in-your-face truth. You have to be able to be receptive to this. And when you're dealing with other people who can't handle it either, who aren't their true authentic selves in their integrity, that is not your soul tribe. Okay? And that's hard to hear for some of you, because some of you, you're realizing, I can't be friends with these people anymore. The masculine collective is being very decisive here. No longer oscillating between with decision making. I know what is right for me. I know what the righteous and just thing to do is, what that thing is, and I'm going to do it. He's strategizing how to be completely open and honest with the feminine. And he's staying laser focused on remembering, I need to be me, unapologetically me. Not like who I was before, not like somebody else, not like how I think the feminine wants me to be, because that's the other thing, feminines. You can't be operating as someone that you are not, thinking that that's how the masculine wants you to be, or you trying to people please and you trying to be approval seeking of your person. You can't have a divine union like that. True love doesn't stem off of lies and inauthenticity and mistrust and not having mutual high moral standards, right? So there's a massive falling away with this death card here. They're really going around as these kings. And in the Divine Masculine reading, we had a King of Pentacles with a Queen of Swords at the bottom. Here's the counterpart to the Queen of Swords. I'm getting a very strong energy that somebody's North Node is Scorpio. Scorpio is ruled by Pluto. Pluto is the planet of power and the planet of fear. Huge transformation here. Phoenix rising from the ashes. This person is no longer being fearful of revealing their secrets, because 8th house is Scorpio energy. Scorpio is the house of secrets. Skeletons in the closet. This masculine's here. I'm putting an end to this for good. I can't keep these secrets in. I can't keep these closets in here because they're falling out of the damn closet. I can't do this. It's eating me up inside. It just does not feel right. And I can't be afraid of speaking my truth. This is facing some serious fears. And again, when I talked about the North Node here, really being more spiritual and deep. There's somebody here who's very intellectual, has an insane amount of knowledge and wisdom about the occult, about dark arts, about spirituality, about deep things that people do not want to come to the surface. This person has the ability to bring out demons in people and get them to face their demons and overcome their fears. This is an exceptionally powerful person. Also a very powerful speaker, a very powerful teacher, a very powerful leader. I said the strongest leaders are the ones who are the most authentic. This is exactly what this is with this Pluto power right here. And I believe Pluto is about to come out of retrograde in October, and I don't remember what that is. So that's a big thing for the month of October too. Somebody has Pluto in Libra. Maybe at the 22nd degree or the 25th degree, but don't get caught up on that. But I'm feeling very strongly somebody has Pluto in Libra here. Bringing peace and justice, but it's more about having a power and making an influence with bringing peace to things in the middle of a war. With also with regards to how you speak. You have no fear, or you will lead up to having no fear in speaking your truth. No fear of retribution, no fear of chastisement, no fear of ridicule. There's persecution. Thank you, Holy Spirit. This is big. Oh my God. The 10 of Wands. What did I say? The pressure is too great. I talked about pressure. It's going to boil over. I can't deal with this Wands energy with this full moon, Supermoon, and Aries. It's too heavy. It's too much. It's got to come out. I can't keep the truth in anymore. It's what I said. They know that they're going to feel a huge sense of relief when they finally let fly that door open to their closet and have all the skeletons just fly out. It's going to free up so much energy, it's not even funny. For better things to come in. For better friendships to come in. Better experiences. More authentic, truthful experiences. Whatever. Positive experiences, right? Because positivity always is in alignment with authenticity and integrity. They can't have this truth be a burden to them anymore. They can't have these secrets sitting in their heart space, their mind space, their soul anymore. They can't let the past get to them. They can't be fearful of the past repeating itself. What did I say about, I'm afraid about this friendship moving to the next level, because what if I lose the friend that I originally had? What if I lose what we built already? Because we all know sometimes when we get married, when we move to the next level of commitment, we stop being our true authentic selves, or we pretend that we're a certain way, but then the real true colors get shown. Oh, cool. I used my fake self to catch this person, to lure in this person. And now I'm in a marriage with them, and now I get to do whatever the fuck I want because I got what I wanted. I was being selfish. I was faking it. I was trying to make myself look like a king, but I wasn't. I was a page. But I got the wife. I got the husband. And then the true colors come out, right? That's like, whoa, what just happened? There's something about that with the past with this mask. And he's like, no. I can't let the past dictate my life anymore. I'm a king. I need to follow my path of truth, come hell or high water. I can't be cold-hearted anymore. I can't try to protect my heart from the truth anymore. I have to let this love in. I can't be overly logical anymore. I can't put logic to this connection. I know it's more than a friendship, but I'm going to have to be honest with myself in what this connection really is. This is more than a friend. This is my divine counterparts, my God-ordained spouse. And it's like the pressure's too great. I can't carry all these wands on my back anymore because I'm slowing down my own progress. Because there's a masculine here who doesn't want to be friends with the feminine anymore, for those of you who are aligned. The feminine is already in her truth. She's unapologetically honest. She's not afraid of speaking her truth, and she's out there. She's already a teacher. She's already an advisor. She's already helping people to become their true authentic selves and to come into their own power. So for the feminines who are already doing this, you are in alignment with this, and your person is there too, and they're getting ready to communicate. But they're coming back very, very differently. They have changed drastically here. They have undergone some huge, huge transformation because they purged a lot of their past life stuff, of what happened this lifetime too. They can't let the past burden them anymore. This is like, I need to get going here. I can't carry all this weight. I'm going to explode. Pressure cooker. But this masculine is like, I can't just be sitting here closing myself out to love. I can't be unemotional anymore. That's not healthy, which is why they had the sacral chakra at the bottom of the deck. He's learning to have head-heart balance. Knowing when to be a dick, knowing when not to, knowing when to be in somebody's face about being honest, and knowing when to be a little bit more nurturing and soft and gentle. That's a huge thing when it comes to balance, guys. Knowing when to be in somebody's face and calling bullshit on them, being matter of fact, say, hey man, you know what? That's not you. Why are you acting like that? That's a true friend right there. That's a really amazing advisor, an amazing teacher, right? And again, they were seeing somebody who was like this, maybe even helping them to do public speaking or to better communicate, healing the throat chakra, helping them to speak in a way with honesty and integrity, but not being so brash, not being so ruthless and cunning and condescending. Because the Shadow King of Swords can be very manipulative through the mind, is very mentally and verbally abusive, okay? So let's see what the feminine is releasing for them to be strong with this full supermoon in Aries. Holy Spirit, Archangels, Galactic Families, Pleiadian Sirens, please and thank you. Thank you for your wisdom, your guidance, support, and clarity. If she gets the King of Swords too, or Queen of Swords, I'm gonna lose it. Or Ace of Swords even. Well, let's see. Two of Cups though, because friendship is, I keep getting Two of Cups and there's two twos there. There's a lot of twos here. 25 and 22. What is the feminine collective releasing with this full supermoon in Aries? Holy Spirit, Archangels, Galactic Families, Pleiadian Sirens, please and thank you. Thank you for your wisdom, your guidance, your support, and your clarity. It's the same thing that was going on with the shuffling with the masculines. This is kind of interesting. I also heard, for those of you who will not be receiving communication, or your person isn't coming in to be completely different and being very honest with you, like in their integrity, this means that maybe the next full moon in Aries next year or a few years from now, this is what may happen, okay? Because it depends where you are in your timeline. The feminines who are having this king come in as a completely different, honest, truthful person who's about to realize he's about to have an open, honest conversation with you, you're already doing your mission work as that teacher, as that powerful speaker here. The advisor, right? Who doesn't sugarcoat things. Okay, Holy Spirit, Archangels. There we go. Oh, 2 cards. Another major arcana. We got majors on both sides, Scorpio and Virgo. So we have the Hermit and the Ace of Pentacles. All right, with the 6 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. There is a huge resolution of conflict coming to the feminine. She's going to see herself in a very different situation. What did I read about moving to a new territory? The masculine and the feminine are moving to calmer waters. It's definitely new territory. The unfinished business is going to be cleared up. There's going to be no more fighting, no more altercations. We know that after the 5 of Swords is the 6 of Swords. No more mental verbal abuse, or no more mind games. No more trying to, hide something behind their back. No more surprises type of thing. It's going to be all full frontal honesty for the both of them. Okay? So she's moving to a much better state. A lot of peace, a lot of tranquility. She will get the clarity that she's been seeking. But that's because she's been moving forward in her life. Look, there's a frog there. If you're a Capella member of mine, this is the second time we're seeing frogs. You know what this means. This is travel. You may be traveling with this person to talk about things. There's a full moon there. It looks like a supermoon because it's freaking huge. See, there's another moon here too. For some, this is definitely happening with the full supermoon in Aries for those of you who are aligned. You're already at peace. You're not freaking out because you haven't gotten communication from your person. You're not freaking out because you haven't gotten the truth yet, because they haven't been open and honest with you. You've moved on, but to a place of peace, meaning you are okay. You've been okay with not receiving communication from the masculine, with him not coming forward with the truth. You've been doing your own thing, okay? You're not stressed out about it. You're not sad about it. You're not grieving. You're not in pain. You're not being all up in arms about this. You're cool, calm, and collected. And because some of you have been this, you're transitioning to a much more peaceful place with the masculine here. Everything's going to be laid out on the table. This is, again, resolution of conflict. Restoration. This truth is going to set both of you free. Again, with the masking, with the burdens here, it's like, I can't deal with it anymore. I got to release this. I got to drop these wands. I can't have this pressure mounting anymore. And again, that's Aries energy. It's going to really add the pressures for the masculine to just, I can't keep it in anymore. I got to say something. The feminine could literally be moving in with the masculine. There is strong energy of travel here. This is also, this friendship is moving to something more, a lot more peaceful, a lot more calm. Again, no more mind games, no more conflict, no more arguing, no more going back and forth. The unfinished business is going to be cleared. And look what this is moving to. Hierophant. I did say something about Taurus energy here, or having strong Taurus in the chart. Maybe moon in Taurus, because there's a moon there. Somebody's got a moon in Taurus and some Scorpio energy, or Scorpio North Node rising, whatever, with Gemini. I'm getting somebody's birth chart in here. Anyway, this relationship is moving to a higher level of commitment.
Marriage.
Because this masculine has been divorced for a very long time, and they thought they were going to be fine being divorced, but that was because of their ego. Because they were afraid of getting divorced again. They're like, you know what? I'm not going through marriage again. I got burned. I'm going to stay as a single person. Right? So this is also a huge transformation for the masculine, not wanting to be divorced or single anymore and moving to a higher level of commitment. This is following God's guidance. The feminine has been obedient. She's been maintaining her state of peace, and she's been maintaining a huge amount of faith to remain in this peace and tranquility. She's already moving on calmer waters. There's no drama in her life. There's no craziness going on in her life. Not even between her and her masculine. Everything's peaceful right now. And she hasn't heard from him in a while. But that's because she's been following her path of being the spiritual advisor, being the spiritual teacher, being obedient to God's calling, and understanding that this is a higher level of commitment, that this takes a lot of work. You need to be in a complete state of peace in order for this commitment to come in, because it's God ordained. God is not going to have the counterparts come into permanent union when there's still conflict, when there's still crazy shit going on, there's still drama, there's still trying to get in the last word, or they're still fighting, or they're still, getting in each other's faces or whatever, if that's what has been in the past for you guys. It's moving to a high level of commitment. It's moving to marriage, but this is a traditional marriage, meaning divine masculine Christ, divine feminine Christ, where divine masculine is the provider, protector of the home, the family, and the feminine. And the feminine is the supporter of the masculine in the spiritual realm, helping the masculine to maintain his faith, to maintain his closeness to God, which is why these connections, I always said, God has to be part of your everyday life in order to have a true divine union with the counterpart. The true twin flames come into union because it's spiritually based. It's ordained by God. It's led by God. God always leads the way, so that this marriage, this connection, this solid, stable commitment is always in peace. It's stable. It's secure. It's tranquil. They're always going to be moving on calmer waters because God is above them, not beneath them. God is the one at the top of the triangle when they come into unity. This is a unity card. So what she's releasing is she has been in her spiritual strength. She's been following the light of truth, the light of God. She's been following her parents, her path as the sage. We saw the hermit in the masculine energy, so it's coming up again in the masculine reading for October. She's learned a lot. The feminine has gained a lot of deep knowledge and wisdom on this journey, this very long journey on this path, to understand who she is, what she wants, and what is true for her. The feminine had a fall from grace, just like the masculine did. This is needed for a transformation to transpire. This is needed to really better understand her role, his role on this planet, their life's purpose, and their role in the connection with God. Achieving spiritual mastery. She's been isolated. She's been alone. She has become a completely different person. She's more solid in her truths and her belief systems in God through this whole journey. God is giving the feminine a second chance at life with the masculine because she's done her work. And she's been in this for a very, very long time. She's done a lot of soul searching to better understand what this connection is about, who she's supposed to become, and what her purpose is in alignment with God. There's a weasel here, right? She's not looking at the masculine as a weasel anymore, as being sneaky and being, mistrusting, misleading. She realized that had to happen to get her to be in her truth. As I've said very often, the masculines have to bring out their worst in order to bring out the feminine's best, to bring out the feminine's integrity, her authenticity, her truthfulness, for her to be true to herself, to be who she really is. That took a lot of lesson learning through all the relationships she's been in, all her life's experiences, and said, Oh, I didn't have these beautiful relationships because I wasn't being my authentic self. I wasn't being completely honest, right? I was still engaging in these friendships where I didn't see eye to eye with them. We didn't like the same things. We didn't have the same morals and values. You can't have a solid, stable commitment with someone or a higher level of commitment when you don't have the same high morals and values with someone, especially in the spiritual realm. The feminines have really learned to become more spiritual than religious, right? This is moving away from religion, the belief systems that were taught by religion, what a marriage is supposed to be. A high-level marriage, a divine marriage, means you have the same mutual affection and appreciation for each other. You see eye to eye. You help each other out. Nobody's stepping on each other's toes. Nobody's being the one who's like, oh, it's all me, 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 me. You do everything. It's like the master-slave type of dynamic. That is not what a divine marriage is. You like the same things. You stand up for the same things. And the feminine has gone through a lot to better understand why her relationships did not work, because it all led back to her and her lack of truth, her lack of integrity. The dignity was not there. The relationship with God, the strong relationship with God, was not there. Her own relationship with God, not the way religion taught her to be close to God. Socrates, know thyself. So what I'm getting very strongly, there's a huge release here. She's no longer going to be alone. She's no longer going to be isolated and kept away from all these dark, lower vibrational energies that will infiltrate her sacredness, that will disrupt everything that she's learned, that will cause her to doubt what she has learned about herself, about God, about spirituality. She's been isolated from her friends. I was channeling this at the beginning. Left her 9-to-5 job. God moved her away from where she was living. All these things to keep her safe, to keep her only reliant upon God and not anyone else. God does his greatest work on us when we are in complete solitude. And when after this phase is done, he becomes a force to be reckoned with. The feminine is a completely different person herself with this ace. God gave her another chance to look at herself and understand a lot about her life, her family, her karmic patterns, her poor habits, her views on God, religion, belief systems, the masculine himself. She's in a lot more peace right now. She feels free and clear of all distortion, all negativity. God literally moved her away from all that was negative. Negative friendships, negative people, negative places, negative situations. Things that were not in alignment with her highest good, her highest moral standards. God literally moved her away. Some of you are literally moving. I said that. Some of you are now about to enter your cave period of hermit mode. God may literally be telling you to move, or he's going to cause you to move away from where you're at now because there's too much negative energy. You've ascended, some of you. You're starting to learn who you really are, and now you're really going to be moved away from the world you've ever known to become the most powerful person you can ever be. So some of you are now entering this cave phase. The others of you are moving out of this isolation. You're moving out of this phase to someplace completely different. It's a big transition. And some of you are literally moving again to a new place, a more rural place, a different home. Ace of Pentacles is a new home. with more land. You're going to be with your masculine. You're going to have the harmonious family and have a lot more balance in that home or whatever, a lot more tranquility. You're not going to be living with people or living in an environment where it's too negative around you, where people do not vibrate at your higher energy. You have outgrown the environment that you are in. This is what the death card is all about too. This no longer serves you. This home, this city, this state no longer serves you. And some of you are moving. Either way, there's a strong energy of moving. Okay? Oh my God. Okay, let's see. But it looks like for the feminines, you're moving to something very wonderful here. And it's literally moving. Some of you are literally moving to a new house. This could be part of what the masculine's going to be very open and honest with you about asking you to move in for some of you. Because they know you've been by yourself, but you have been in your element. You've been continuing to follow the light within you and to be who you really are. Because you know who you are now. There's financial stability and security. You're going to be transitioning to a place in your life, restoration, where God is restoring your finances. You're going to be a lot more financially stable and secure, and it's coming from your masculine for a lot of you. A new home, a new car, a completely new beginning. It's a completely different life than what you've ever lived. But you were preparing for this the entire time to get you into alignment with the Ace of Pentacles. You're not going to have to worry about money ever again. There's new contracts, new opportunities. This portal's now opening up for you to step in. What guidance do we have for the masculine collective? Holy Spirit, Archangels, please and thank you. Thank you for your wisdom, your guidance, your support, and your clarity. So congratulations to the feminine here for sticking to her guns. Okay, for remaining in a state of peace and continuing to be close to God during her solitary phase. This has been tough for her. She hasn't had any friendship. She hasn't been interacting with a lot of people, maybe from family now again, but she doesn't really have any friends. If she does, they're part of her soul tribe, but their soul tribe is scattered everywhere else. She's been really learning to stay grounded here, to be connected to God, to be connected to nature, to continue to see the light, to follow that light, to be holding the light, and gaining that strength, that stability to keep going through this very difficult isolation period, especially with being single for a long time. So the guidance for the masculine is expect an overflow of abundance. This is beautiful, masculine, because a lot of you have done your work. Because the feminines have done their work. We got two majors on either side, huge life transitions. A lot of lessons learned. Oh my God, you are aligned. How fucking awesome is this? No wonder God wanted me to do this today. Because the masculine collective needs this, okay? Don't be listening to any other bullshit, because if you know you've done your work, you are aligned. So expect an overflow of abundance, to include having this new relationship with the feminine. Because masculines, you're getting a second chance. God has been isolating your feminine for a very long time to make sure that she's still in the high vibrational energies to manifest this new beginning with you. She still has the offer open to you for that second chance, masculine. It's still there. This is the highest manifestation card. This transition, this new beginning, this move, this new life, abundance here is manifesting in the physical with the initiation of this full supermoon in Aries. Aries is the beginning of the zodiac. It's the beginning of all things. You're aligned, masculine. Expect many blessings from God to come your way, especially with this new beginning with your feminine. You're going to have a home together, a family together, marriage, right? All these beautiful things as rewards for your work because you've killed off the past. Endings bring new beginnings. You now know who you need to come across as, who you really are, and you're not afraid of it anymore. This is beautiful. 1111, that is the twin flame number, is it not? Your thoughts and beliefs are aligned with your truths. Oh my God. I absolutely fucking love this. Forcing creates resistance because you know you can't force anymore. You know you can't. You see the truth in that. When your thoughts and beliefs are aligned with your truths, guys, everything starts lining up. Open up. You're ready to open up, masculines. Because you know you can't keep it in anymore. You can't fear opening up. You can't fear being honest and being truthful and being in your integrity. Open up to the possibilities. Open up to the realization that you do have that second chance. Look, release your fears. Open up, speak your truth, release your fears. There's nothing here to fear, masculine. You know this. God is totally behind you. Remember, God backs us up when we are in our truth, when we are who God wants us to be. Pray more. Keep praying to God. Keep being obedient to God. Star into your power, the bonus card. We saw that in your reading, masculines. Let's see what the guidance for the feminines is with this full moon in Aries. Woo! It came in the reverse. You saw it. I don't do reversals, but my guides are like, oh no, Jess. Oh no, 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 no. This means you're not being honest with yourself for the majority of you. And when you're not honest with yourself and other people, how are people going to be honest with you, especially with your masculine? Your mirrors. For some of you, your masculine is not ready yet. Because you got to be in your integrity. You got to be in your place of power. You got to be the teacher. Teaching others to speak their truth, to be who they really are too, to empower them to do that. Again, I said some of you are now entering your cave mode. You're entering your hermit mode. The others of you are coming out of it. There's a smaller group who's coming out of this. You're going to lose a lot more friends. You're going to have to release these friendships that don't align with you anymore, and that is okay. Because the bottom of the deck is the star into your power card. It's the bonus card. You are going to become your true, authentic power self. What did I say? The basis of your personal power is your authenticity. Unapologetically you. You're not going to be like your friends anymore. You're not going to be like anybody else but who God made you to be. And you're going to learn to be okay with it. It's exactly what I have learned to do. This is even reassuring me about the way that I conduct my readings and how I have my channel, and I keep losing subscribers because I keep being more honest. And you know what? God is applauding me for that because I'm being raw, open, and honest here. I only speak divine truth. And that is leading people to be in their truth too. But this is about really coming from a place of Christ consciousness. Of really getting people to wake up to the reality that they start to need to be getting to that hermit mode and really connecting with God and understanding who they really are and not being afraid to be themselves, to stop hiding. No more introvert energy anymore. No more hiding behind a curtain. You are now going to step away from that curtain and show everyone who you really are with that King of Swords card. This is also an energy when the masculine comes forward with communication to the feminine, she's got to be remembering, she has to remember to be her true self. Okay? Stay in your power, feminines, but there are a smaller group of you where you were honest with yourself. Like, yeah, I keep jumping into romantic relationships. I'm not just having friendships. I'm trying to just be codependent on romance, on love. I need somebody there, right? I need to be approval seeking. I got to act in a certain way so my masculine will like me. I went through all of this shit, right? And I had to be honest with myself at some point. And I know my masculine, again, he was calling bullshit on me. But he wasn't saying it in a condescending way, but he was being completely to the point and being blatantly honest. He said flat out, you do not like showing your face. You've done this from the day that I met you. It's an insecurity. And he was so fucking right. It wasn't even funny. He saw right through me. And I had to be honest with myself, said, you know what? He is right. And I told him, you are right. I've been hiding behind my hair, behind a curtain for years. And he's like, you don't need to do that. He called me out on it. And I can't be any more grateful for him for being that King of Swords to tell me that. Because he told me to shine my light. And if it weren't for that, I wouldn't be where I'm at now. This is why, feminines, we need to be grateful for our masculines to be a little bit King of Swords here, a little bit unemotional, and not so much attached to our heart space, because they tell us what we need to hear and what we want to hear. And this is the masculine getting you to be telling him and other people what they need to hear, not what they want to hear. A lot of you are going to be very powerful speakers. You can't be meek and feeble and be like trying to people please and being nice all the time, because you won't get people to wake up. And it's not easy. I know it's not easy. But you will feel so comfortable in your own skin. You'll be like, and God will be backing you up and giving you overflows of abundance and amazing shit and miracles as long as you stay true to yourself. You can be, it could just be you against the world, and you are going to be backed up like nobody's business. You are going to be supported. You just don't know how much you're going to be supported. Both of you. Both the masculine and feminine, when you are in your full integrity. Because integrity is truth. Truth is God. And God will lead you to that truth when you have a very close connection with him. What does the masculine want to say to the feminine? Holy Spirit, Archangels, Galactic Families, Pleiadian Syrians, please. Why do I keep hearing October 4th? It's actually next week. Yeah, it's next week. October 4th might be significant for somebody. What does the masculine want to say to the feminine? Look at this. I know you are my counterpart. I do. I want to be able to come to you with my whole self. This is why I am silent. I am working on it and on me. This causes me pain too. Now, if you saw when I did this, it was in the reverse. For a small group of you, they're done working on it. They're no longer going to be silent, because now they're ready to come to you for your from their whole selves. Their true, authentic, blatantly honest selves. But the others of you, they know you're their counterpart. They do. Your intuition knows this. They keep telling you you're friends, but you know that you're more than that. Just trust in it. Let this ride out, because you got to do your work now. really do your work. The others of you, they're working on it. Let them do their work. What's at the bottom? I want to make things fair between us. I do. I realize I was selfish. I do see your value. You don't have to prove it. I get it. You can't make it up. They're backing up everything that I've channeled here. Okay? What did I say about the selfishness here? But feminines, when you are doing the righteous and just thing for yourself, this is what happens to them. You transform, they transform. You face your fears, they face your fears. You leave the past behind, you put a dead end to it, you leave it behind. You go through ego deaths and you purge out what doesn't serve you, you release what doesn't serve you, including people. Your masculine will do the same thing. When you are unapologetically yourself, they will do the same thing. When you know you're doing what is fair, righteous, and just, they will do the same thing. You have to pay off your karma. They have to pay off your karma. Let it be. But do what you know what is right for you. But stay in your divinity, not distorted feminine energy. Let's see. Silence is golden, feminines. Silence is usually the best response, especially in these cases. They know they don't want to be speaking out of turn anymore and having knee-jerk reactions and being, insulting or being condescending or belittling or hurtful. Let them do the work. What does the feminine want to say to the masculine in response to this? Thank you, Holy Spirit. Yeah, I wish you would come home to me. I wish this with all my heart. What did I say, masculines? The door's still open. Okay? The opportunity is still there. It's a golden opportunity. This full supermoon in Aries is because it's beginning of the zodiac. Aries is the beginning of the zodiac. It's opening up that portal, that window for the masculines to step through and to take that chance, to take that opportunity to come clean with the feminine and just tell them who they really are. Tell them the truth, right? So masculines, they just want you to come home. The feminines who are true divine feminine Christ are not going to turn Queen of Swords in the reverse on you. And you know that they won't. They've really been praying and just staying in their power for you to come home to them as your whole self. I want to be able to come to you with my whole self, feminine. Feminine's like, I wish you would come home to me as your whole self. Just be yourself, masculine. That's all you gotta be. She will still love you for that. She's loved you even when you weren't your true authentic self. I feel like I'm always waiting for our connection to reach its fullness and potential. In my heart, I'm waiting for you. It feels like a huge black hole at times. She's been patiently waiting, like a lady in waiting, but she's been doing her work. Some of them, they've been doing their work. She's been at peace. She's been okay with this. But sometimes it feels like there's a big hole. Because there's one place in her heart that nobody else can fill, masculines. That place is for you. That place is for you. Are you going to stay away forever? I need communication. Healthy communication, honest, open communication. Just say something, right? What's at the top for the masculine? I'm willing to put the work into this connection. I regret not doing so previously. I want to give to you. It's beautiful. I wish we could move into a better space. I'm not sure what to do, but some of the masculines know what to do now. We are divine counterparts. This connection is deep, is a deep soul connection. I know it. Do you? Yeah. They do. Over time, both of you have learned to better understand what this connection is. Okay? All right. They want to say one more. The masculine has more to say to the feminine. So let's get a message here from my unspoken words, my divine masculine unspoken words oracle deck. If you are interested in purchasing this deck, this really helps for you to be more in alignment with your divine masculine energies. It also helps you to better understand your divine masculine. This is not just for seeing what your masculine's thinking, feeling about you. This is for you to better connect with them. The more you use this deck, the more powerful it becomes, and the more powerful messages you will receive aside from what is written on the cards. I now understand the purpose in this connection. You see how a card didn't fly out? They wanted me to stop. I'm going to ask you out on a date soon. That's all you need to know. They don't want me to look at anything else, even though I feel tempted to do it. See? You see how that was impulsive? I was talking and they inadvertently picked up the deck. A card did not need to fly out. Okay? And then God said, look at the top of the deck. That's all you need to do. Okay? So there we have it. Masculines and feminines. Again, I do coach other counterparts. I do have members live readings for the first week of every month with a paid Capella membership with the Sun Star tier higher. I have Twin Flame support group sessions. And for the Auriga members, which is the highest tier currently, I have special weekly sessions for those who really want to make the investment and really understanding the secrets and the do's and don'ts of these connections, what to do when you come into union with your person, what to do when you're in the separation phase. And there is no such thing as a separation phase, guys. That is what my guides have told me, and I've taught this in my Auriga membership members lives readings. You get daily guidance videos. I even have 7-day free trials for certain tiers where all you need or you might need are daily guidance videos and healing meditation videos. Okay, so if you go to capellawellness.com, check out the memberships there. You can try it out. Don't knock it till you try it. Or you can click on any of the links in the description box below to see check out my tarot packages, my personal services, and my Capella suite, all these other things. You can even download my free mobile app where you can be a free member and get weekly readings. You can even also access the Capella Crew Open Forum to get additional messages from me, other words of encouragement. I talk about a little bit of my life, my life experiences in that forum. You can even book your readings there, purchase your memberships there, change your memberships, upgrade your memberships in the app, purchase your tarot packages in the app, all types of things. You can even check out to see what else is there or check out to see what other members are there, right? All right, guys, that concludes your reading. Thank you so very much for watching this video, for subscribing to this channel if you haven't already, and for illuminating that thumbs up button. I would greatly appreciate it. I wish you the best today, and always I send you so much love, and I hope I illuminated your well-being today. Again, this is Jess from Capella Wellness, starring out.